Hello, hello. All right, so let's find the derivative here. So we have, just so we keep this in the right perspective here, so we see what's happening. We have, what we have here is a function. We have really it's a function of x, right? You give me an x and we get, okay, but it's a little bit more complicated than, because we have another function of x in the upper limit of integration, and then we have, let me just see the h of t dt. So this is the form of this function, capital F. So we know, right? We have to use a chain rule. This is really the composition of functions, right? I mean, we have, so let me just write it this way. We really have something like, how do I want to write this? I don't want to write it anymore. Do you see? Let me write down what we have here. So the chain rule would be applied here, right? So here's what we have. The derivative would be equal to, well, first I have to calculate the derivative of the last function being right, applied. So that's h, there's a derivative, evaluated at g of x times g prime of x, right? See, because we know, yeah, that's what it has to be. So what do we get? All right, so it's equal to, for our example, it's going to be 1 divided by 1 plus the cotangent of x squared, right? And then I have to multiply by the derivative of the cotangent, which I believe is minus the cosecant, cotangent. That's one that I really don't have this memorized. So here's how I remember it. I know I'm going to do a little calculation over here. So when you're calculating the derivative of a cotangent, that's the cosine of x over the, oops, see, I got it wrong, sine of x, right? So I know what this is, right? I'm going to get the sine squared here, right? And then in the numerator, what do I get? I have the sine of x, right, times the derivative of the cosine, that's minus, then we get a square there, and then plus, let's see, what do we get here? Let's see, haste makes waste. So this is wrong right here, I'm thinking, right? So what do we get? So we get sine squared in the denominator, and then we get the sine times the derivative of the cosine, be minus the sine squared, and then it's minus the cosine squared x, right? So what we get is actually minus 1 divided by the sine squared. Okay, so what does that mean? It means I have to get my eraser out here. So this is the cost of not memorizing things, is that sometimes you have to rewrite things. So let me get that in there. All right, get it out of there. Okay, so then what we really have here, oops, adjusting my pen size now, is that's minus the cosecant squared. Okay, and there you have it. So the idea, the big deal here is the idea that we are looking at the composition of functions here, so you have to use the chain rule. Okay, well, I hope this helps you out. Thank you very much.